One evening, Thomas puffed into the station with his last train for the day. Toby and Percy were glad to see him.
Are you on your way to the sheds, Thomas?
Yes, I am. Why?
Because we're going there too. Fat Controller's orders.
I think something's up.
Where?
Not up there. Down here, silly.
How can something be up when it's down?
What's that?
Just then, Ginty, Pug, Duck, Oliver, Donald and Douglas paraded past.
Good evening, you three. Well, a fine sight.
Very splendid indeed.
Sorry we can't stop. The Fat Controller wants us all together at sheds.
What is this all about?
You'll know soon enough. The Fat Controller has a plan. Come on.
So, they followed the other engines to the sheds. The engines were all gathered at the sheds and were all excited until...
Silence! I'd like to read a letter that I have received from a little girl that is 5 years old. Dear Thomas and his friends.
Please, can I meet you? My friends say they'd like to meet you too. You can come to my house for tea, but my mummy says there aren't any railway tracks to my house. Can you come to the station instead? Thank you very much.
It seems that the railway's ever-increasing popularity, and with the books written about us, that more and more people would like to meet you all. So, after making some arrangements, I have decided to take my engines 1 to 8 to show them off to the people of London. Hooray! Silence! We will be leaving on Friday morning, so I've done some careful planning with other controllers and managers to bring these engines here to help us out. I will be assigning each of you to teach them what to do, so I expect you all to be on your best behavior. Along with that, I will be sending engines 1 through 8 to be cleaned up and polished, so you all look your best.
That night, the engines were expressing what they were all excited for.
I'm so excited! I've never been to London before.
Oh, I have. It's a long way. Oh, but the area is quite incredible.
Indeed it is. I've been there since before I arrived, but it really is grand. I'm excited to be all washed and polished. I shall be the most splendid red engine on the mainland.
It's really amazing that our popularity has grown so much.
And it's all thanks to me. That's right, the pride of the line and the most famous engine. If you didn't notice, that letter was addressed to me specifically. It just goes to show how famous I am.
It seems you forgot the part where it says, and his friends.
Don't worry, just ignore him and he'll...
Oh really? What makes you the most famous engine?
Well, did you know the most popular book about the railway is about me? All the passengers come to the island to see me and travel along my branch line, as it is the best part of the whole island. Why else would they take your train to the junction?
Well,
I think it's time we get to sleep. We've got a busy day tomorrow, and I'd rather not have this argument now.
I quite agree. Go to sleep.
The next day, all the engines were hard at work teaching their temporary replacements what to do.
Better get to my next job. Handling the twins well, Percy.
Yep, I think we're getting the hang of it here.
Truck's no better than trying to trick us. Yeah, what Ben said.
As Annie and Clarabelle were going to London too, Thomas was tasked to teach Gingy and Pug what to do with some other coaches. When they finished shunting in one yard, they headed over to the next. Thomas was getting more and more excited. Too excited for his own good. He began to boast to Ginty.
I'm glad I'm a splendid engine. Everyone knows it. Even the people over on the mainland do. We wouldn't be going to London if it wasn't for me. Even these trucks know not to try any tricks with me. I've taught them sense. Once, I was pulling a long train up Gordon's Hill, and the trucks pushed me and shoved me all the way down the hill. Luckily, with my clever skills, I managed to stop just an inch from the buffers.
Then, Thomas made his mistake.
Just like this.
Oh, you alright, Thomas?
Luckily, no one was hurt, but Thomas's front was badly bent. They telephoned the Fat Controller.
I'll send up some workmen and I shall talk to Thomas later.
Poor Thomas. Later that evening, Thomas was at the works, thinking to himself,
Oh dear, I've been such a silly engine. I've made such a fool of myself.
Indeed you have, Thomas. You have upset my arrangements greatly, and now I have no choice that if you can't be mended in time, then we'll have to go to London without you. I hope this will teach you not to be so full of yourself, Thomas. Good night.
The Fat Controller left, leaving Thomas to ponder.
I won't be able to go to London? What have I done?
As Thomas was thinking, he saw Edward puff into the sheds.
Hello, Thomas. I just came here to drop off some parts for you and so I could see how you're doing.
Oh, Edward, I really messed up this time. How could I have been so reckless? It was such a stupid thing to do. Of course I wouldn't stop in time. I've ruined everything. I wish I could just go back and redo what I did.
Hey, Thomas, listen. Do you know why those books were written about our railway?
Because we're multicolored engines with faces?
Aside from that.
I'm not really sure.
It's because of our experiences, and that includes all of our mishaps. The Reverend that wrote those books wrote them so that those who read about us can relate to our experiences, and so that they can learn from our mistakes just as we have to. Sometimes we make mistakes, Thomas, but the most important thing is that we learn from them.
I wish I could have gone to London, Edward.
I know, and I'm sorry you may not be able to go.
I bet the others would prefer it if I didn't go anyway.
No, don't say that, Thomas. You and I both know that you're not the first one to boast about something like this, and I'm sure they feel bad too. But I can talk to them if you want.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Edward.
Anytime, Thomas. I don't know if you'll be coming with us to London, so if you aren't, then I'll see you in a few days.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Thanks a lot, Edward.
Good night, Thomas.
On Friday morning, the engines were ready and waiting to go. Percy and Toby were each on a flatbed, and Duck had pushed them into place behind Edward. Gordon, James, and Henry were lined up too, but they were getting a little impatient.
I hope he can make it.
Me too.
We'll wait 5 more minutes for Thomas, but then we have to go.
It's Thomas!
Oh, thank goodness you're still here!
I hope we're not late as it's just after 8.
I'm really glad you were able to make it, Thomas. However, you had us in a really awkward predicament. I hope you've learned a thing or two about boasting.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I've definitely learnt my lesson, and I just wanted to apologise to everyone for how I acted. I was silly to think I was the most famous engine. I know now that we're not just famous because of the lines we run or for how important our roles are. It's because of our experiences and what we learn from them. I should have learned from my own past experiences and not let that letter get to my smoke box.
Don't worry, Thomas. We forgive you. Edward talked to us and reminded us that you're not the first to get too big for his buffers. We've been there before, and have had to learn the hard way at some point.
The important thing is that we learn, and, well, I know I've learnt my lesson.
I'm glad to hear it, Thomas. Now we must go. We are running on a tight schedule.
Here we come!
It was a really long way, but eventually the engines made it to London. Later, in London, all the engines were lined up in a special shed together. The children were delighted to meet the engines they had read all about.
You know, being famous is great and all, but it's much better when you get to share the fame with your friends.
Oi, oi! It's my